Mmm. That came out so good. Hey everybody, welcome back to Vegan Schmeegan Vlog. In case you don't know, my name is Melissa and I share my vegan recipes and how I live my vegan life to show you that it can be really simple. I know that things are a little bit crazy around the world right now with the current pandemic that we're all facing. So I just wanted to show you some easy recipes that you can make with staples that you probably already have in your pantry for the next few weeks. I personally stocked up on a couple weeks worth of groceries. If you head over to my Instagram now, it's linked down in the description. I have a highlight called Be Prepared, and I showed what I bought for my family of just two for the next couple of weeks, just some pantry staples and things to make sure that we have food. I don't want to cause any more panic around this situation. I'm hoping that everything kind of blows over soon, but in the meantime, if you are staying at home or social distancing, I wanted to show you some things that you can make with food that you probably already have. I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple chili from things that you probably already have in your pantry. And then if you don't have some of the things that I'm going to be using, this dish is very customizable, so whatever you have on hand can go into this. Let me show you what I'm going to be putting into my chili. One of the things that I chose to stock up on was canned beans, and I have a bunch of different varieties of beans right now. So in this chili today, I'm going to be putting in some Great Northern beans, some black beans, and some pinto beans. Of course, you can use any variety of different beans that you might already have around your house. And then something I was able to get my hands on was this Beyond Beef. I know that a lot of people probably won't have this one in their fridge, but I'm gonna be using about half of this in my chili. If you don't have this, it's totally okay to skip it or substitute it with another vegan meat that you might have that you want to throw into your chili. Next up, I just have an onion that I'm gonna be throwing in there. And then I have this jar of tomato paste that I'm going to be using in my chili. I would usually like to put canned diced tomatoes into my chili, but I don't have those, so that's something that I'm going to skip. If you do have those, I recommend adding one drained can of those into your chili. Next, I'm going to be adding in some of this guacamole salsa just because I have it on hand and I think it'll add some more flavor to the dish since I don't have any other salsa or tomatoes on hand. So again, totally customizable. If you have salsa on hand, that would be great in this. If you have another type that I do, like a salsa verde or something, that would go great in this as well. And then of course I'm going to be adding some spices that I have in my pantry, so I'll show that to you guys as we create the chili. I'm going to be making it in my rice cooker, which actually has a saute and soup setting, so let me show you how I do that now. So I've turned on my rice cooker. I have a setting that's called soup on mine, and it starts off where you can saute and then we'll add everything and close the lid. So I'm going to start off by dicing up this onion and we'll get it into the cooker. So we got the onion all chopped up. Now it's gonna go in the pan. It should sizzle a little bit. Give that a quick stir. I'm not going to add any oil at this point. I have a non-stick rice cooker because the Beyond Beef is really oily, but you could add some oil right now if you want to, if you're not using, if you're not using a vegan meat. Okay, next up I'm just gonna add a few cloves of garlic. And we'll mix those together. Next, I'm going to be adding in my Beyond Meat. I'm going to be using about half the package, so I'm just going to use the back of my knife to score it. And then we'll just add in half the package. And then let me break that down and get it nice and combined with the onions and garlic. So we have our Beyond Meat, our onion, and our garlic in here. I'm gonna let these saute for a few more minutes and then we will start adding in the rest of the ingredients. Okay, the Beyond Beef has been sauteing for like 5 minutes now and it's starting to get browned and the oil has cooked off a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the spices. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sea salt, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half a teaspoon of oregano. Let's make that a whole teaspoon of oregano. I only have about half a teaspoon of chili powder left, so I'm gonna add everything. I would usually add maybe a whole tablespoon to this, but so that's what I'll put in the recipe. I'll have all of the correct measurements in there. I'm gonna do about half a teaspoon of this red pepper Jada's chicken salt. And then we'll do 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And then I'm just gonna grind in some fresh black pepper. Usually about a 1/4 teaspoon or so. And then I just have some tomato paste on hand. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. And then we'll give everything a nice stir so it's all well combined. Ooh, it's starting to smell so yummy. I love smoked paprika in chili, or in everything, but in this chili it's really delicious too. I like to add in the spices before I add in all of the liquid ingredients, just so I can wake them up and get them really vibrant and have those flavors pop. If you're not doing that, I do recommend it because they can get a little stagnant sitting on your shelf, but just wake them up with a little bit of oil in the pan and they're amazing. So now I'm gonna add about a cup of that guacamole salsa. And again, I'm just gonna mix everything together. That smells really good in there. And then last, I'm just gonna be adding in my 3 cans of beans. I always rinse and drain my beans. If you have an issue, like intestinal issues, like getting really gassy when you eat beans, rinse off all that bean liquid before you put them into your food, and that should help a little bit. So I'm just gonna get this all well combined. I don't have a ton of liquid in here, so I'm gonna add about half a cup of water. I don't like a liquidy chili. I like a nice stew consistency chili, so I'm not gonna add too much water to this. And then of course, as you slow cook it, some steam is going to be released inside of your dish and add more liquid to that as well. All right, so I have everything combined. It smells really good. Let me show you guys what it looks like before I close it up and let it cook. As you can see, everything's well combined. It's at a low simmer right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid and let this slow cook on my soup setting. The chili is all done cooking, so I'm gonna serve some up and show it to you guys. So we have all the different types of beans in there, our Beyond Meat, some onion, and all of those delicious spices that we added in. Oh, and don't forget the salsa, that adds a ton of flavor to the dish. Just look at that, so yummy. Okay, let's try it out. It's really hot. That came out so good. The guacamole salsa added a ton of flavor to this, and it's actually so delicious. The smoked paprika always comes through for me, and I just absolutely love that flavor of smokiness in my chili. And then of course the Beyond Meat's so delicious, you really can't go wrong with it. Thank you so much for watching today's recipe for an easy chili that you can make with staples that you probably already have in your pantry. Like I said, you can make a lot of substitutions with this chili for what you do have, so keep that in mind and get creative with the chili that you can make. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like down low. Leave me a comment for what kinds of things you like to put in your chili, because I kind of am a creature of habit, but I love trying new things and love to add different stuff to my food. And then of course, don't forget to subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my videos. I share new recipes on Thursdays, and then I like to share fun videos in between with other like vegan tips and hacks and vlogs and things like that. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss any of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!